Hello and a very warm welcome to all the viewers of 3.0 TV. I am Manoj Dara. So it has been a very interesting last few days for the virtual digital assets or cryptocurrencies, where we have stood witness to a NFT showdown, an effort to move ahead with an upgrades for tokens, and not to forget whale movements as well as constant technological updates. The artificial intelligence as new frontier for the Web3 space. It is the right time to touch base with the industry leaders to get their perspective on the activities taking place around us that are going to shape the digital world for sure. So along with me are my colleagues who have interacted with several industry observers, market experts, industry practitioners to update us with various sectors of the Web3 space. Cryptocurrencies had a tough time lately maintaining the levels reached late January. In fact, Bitcoin made a failed attempt to breach $25,000 mark twice. It has actually been found a tough resistance at that level. So let's get a perspective on this from our esteemed guests and understand what's happening and what's the current situation in the entire cryptocurrency space. So joining with me is Mr. Sanket from Coin Bazaar. Sanket.
So the factors that could that is influencing the crypto market right now is one that we have recently seen. Gary Gensler, he has just said that apart from Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies would be considered a security, and which is a major factor, for the crypto community, for the adoption. Moreover, as a result of this, BUSD, which is the indigenous token of Binance, Coinbase has just announced that they would be going ahead and they would go ahead and delist BUSD, which is not a good sign with what we see in future. We do not know as of now that how it will shape up, but yes, crypto market has been bullish from this year, from 17,000 till 25,000. We have seen a slight of bull run, though it has not able to go to a higher level, though it has sustained itself, which is a positive sign for the whole crypto market. In terms of G20 summit which is happening, India is playing a key role in shaping up the regulations. India in collaboration with Singapore and USA and other G20 nations. And because what we have seen lately, the users, the usability and the acceptance of crypto in these 4 or 5 countries have been immense. And when we see that the adoption is increasing, so ultimately when governments are making sure that every person's funds are protected and exchange should follow a certain rule to go ahead and facilitate their services to the users. So it's always a good sign. We have Bitcoin 2023 which is happening in May, and there you would see new companies with new ideas, with new projects are coming with new use cases. So these are some positive signs which will help and keep the market healthy. And as of now, there are some positive signs to the market which it is showing right now, and let's hope that it will sustain, if not go to the bear market though, but yes, if it will sustain this specific stage, a month or two, we'll see a bull run coming soon, anyway soon.
So tough ask for the cryptos and the Bitcoin in this update. So now let's go to Ruchi. So Ruchi, we have been hearing about the ongoing tussle for the supremacy in the NFT market space between the OpenSea and the Blur, and it is apt to mention here that the Goliath in this case is OpenSea, being cornered by Blur, who is David. So Ruchi, give us a sense of from this ongoing spat in the NFT market space, and what are we picking from here?
Yes, Manoj, actually there is a big concern regarding the ongoing spat between OpenSea and Blur. So Blur has overtaken OpenSea quite a few times in the past 20 days in terms of NFT trading volume as well as the user market share, which is quite surprising because Blur has just launched 4 months back, and this upstart NFT marketplace is locking horns with OpenSea that has been the #1 NFT marketplace. We have spoken to a lot of market participants. Let's hear out what Akhil Damodaran, the CEO and founder of Ethereum, has to say about this.
What happened between Blur and OpenSea, it's a very remarkable part in terms of NFT market. So if you look at what happened is, Blur has almost overtaken OpenSea in terms of the total transaction of NFT trading, but it also shows that the traders are more concerned about the incentives. If you look at it at OpenSea is for incentivize people who are trading more towards as a collector. Who wants more of a collecting NFTs, and if you look at Blur, then it's for people who are more concerned about trading quickly and more short time trading, and that's exactly how the Blur works. But if you look at between both of them, actually they are not directly a competitors, but their incentives are so much into perspective for the traders that they can switch between each other. So what really happened is, because of the airdrop incentives of what Blur is providing and OpenSea is not able to provide, you see a much larger transaction happening in Blur. But there are two things which I want to really want to say on this. First, if you look at the trading which happened in Blur, it's more of a very high volume trading, but with a very small quantity of traders. It's not that the large quantity of traders are doing the trading. If you look at OpenSea and Blur, the traders are much larger in OpenSea still, not Blur. But the trading volume only shows that there are very small quantity of traders who are doing much large trading in the Blur compared to OpenSea. Also because of the rivalry between both of them, because now Blur has already announced that they will be giving complete royalties only if if the people are coming out of OpenSea and they are coming to Blur, because they are blocking to get incentive from both the platform for the traders. That's an open rivalry perspective. But if you look at from the economic point of view, it doesn't mean that the NFT is growing very high. It's not that the NFT market is growing high. It's just that there are a small group of traders who are getting incentive between two different platforms, and because of which the trading volume is becoming higher. And it also shows, as an academician, I would say this, that the NFT platforms needs to have more unique proposition for the products, because what happens is when the products doesn't have much of a uniqueness, the only way to make business is to give discounts, is to give freebie, the airdrops as what Blur provides.
Thanks, Suruchi. So now let's hear from Vishaka, who is closely tracking the metaverse segment. So Vishaka, tell us about the latest development in this space. I'm sure the technology part is set to change the landscape in a big way, including the Metas and the Microsofts, Amazons of the world. So tell us about your interaction with the industry insights.
So Manoj, tech giants are embracing metaverse, but now they are shifting their focus to artificial intelligence. I spoke to Mr. Uttpal Chakrobarthy. He's an AI and quantum scientist, and according to him, artificial intelligence is going to be an integral part of Web3. So let's listen in to what he has to say about the intersection of AI and metaverse.
So there are a lot of buzz going on today about metaverse, Web3, AI, blockchain, NFTs, and a lot many other technologies, right? And of course, there is a huge focus on these technologies and platforms, and you can see the big giants, big IT companies are already investing a lot. Either they're building their own metaverse or Web3 applications, DAOs, or probably they are investing on building wearable devices. So these devices will give you the immersive experience when you go to the metaverse. And AI is the integral part of Web3 and metaverse, right? So AI is going to play a major role, whether it is kind of processing the huge amount of data and giving some kind of analytics and intelligence, or it could be like personalizing when you are actually traversing the metaverse and going into the metaverse, doing different things. So there is a huge focus on artificial intelligence also. Now as a developer, probably a full stack developer or a 3D designer or blockchain developer or data scientist, you have got a huge opportunities that are coming up because you can see now we'll be transitioning from Web 2 to Web 3, and in next 10 years there will be a huge opportunities that are coming up for everybody. Okay, may it be business analysts, may it be domain experts, right? And even the countries, different countries and the governments, they have got a huge focus on these technologies. For Indian government also, now we have released our union budget, right? And in the union budget also, it has been already mentioned that there will be a huge focus on implementing metaverse into defense, into all other education and all other areas. So I can see there are a lot of exciting things coming up, and you have a role to play in this technological revolution.
So thanks, Vishaka. By far, we have got a fair idea on the crypto space from the industry experts. We leave you with a slice of conversation we had with Mr. Sonu Jain of CoinX, wherein he believes that the regulations will shape the future of the cryptocurrency. Let's listen.
So, like we are aware that the first 2 months of Jan and Feb were filled with a lot of events, lot of buzz around the crypto regulations across the globe. The major one being the G20 organization, where we had like finance ministers and central bank governors across the world of the top 20 largest countries, including the European Union, come at a particular platform, which is the G20, and then discuss crypto regulations, the industry, what challenges does it pose to the economies across the world. So this, although there was a little progress, I would say, but then if we look at the bigger picture, we are going to see some major amendments as we move towards September and the end of the year. Now, the one important point that we need to consider is G20 by itself is not going to bring in the regulations. So G20 is going to be aided by various organizations, may it be the FSB, the International Monetary Fund, or the OECD. So these three organizations are going to play a crucial role in identifying how crypto industry can move forward, what are the challenges that it poses, and what regulations can be brought in to not only safeguard investors but also ensure that the technology progresses. So the financial year 2023 and the future years are going to be filled with a lot of events where we are going to see not just the brainstorming but also applications, and also the governments across the globe inviting suggestions from public as to how crypto industry can be regulated. So a lot to look out for the future here side. I think one of the crucial point is, as countries across the world understand more and more about crypto, the technology and the blockchain industry altogether, they are positive towards how it can impact their economies. So that is something we saw, that we have countries like Switzerland or countries like Dubai, which have been proactive from the very get-go. But now we see many emerging countries like Hong Kong also come up, and they want to become a crypto hub because they know this industry is going to have a significant impact moving forward. Now, even if we look at the comments that came from the G20, so there was a broad consensus among all the G20 members that crypto has to be regulated. So at the very first point that we see RBI governors and many other central banks come forward and tell that crypto has to be banned. But ultimately G20 did not stop at that. They said that we cannot ban it. Rather, it is ultimately beneficial for all of the members if we start regulating it. Right. So that sets the agenda, that in which direction is G20 trying to focus its resources. Now that also is a positive for the crypto industry, that moving forward we will not have to face such uncertainties that we may get banned in odd locations. So as and when G20 comes up with its global regulatory framework, where every country is going to follow a specified process, although it is going to be modified to their extent, but at the global level it is going to be somewhat similar regulation across the countries, and the ultimate fact being that crypto will not be banned. So that is the positives that we can take from it. And it is not only Hong Kong, and as we go on studying for next 1 year or 2 years, we are going to see many more countries who start adopting favorable regulations towards crypto assets, including possibly India.